Hello everyone. Today I am presenting you lesson number 14 for class 8, that is chemical effect of electric current. This chapter comes under your chemistry section of science. Now in your previous classes you have studied that electricity is an important form of energy, but all the materials cannot conduct electricity. It can be conducted through metals, which are basically the conductors of electricity. Plastic, wood, they don't allow electricity to flow through them. So the materials which we used for testing electricity were generally solids. What about liquids? Does liquids conduct electricity or not? This we are going to study in the current chapter. Now what will happen if you touch the electrical appliances with wet hands? This is also we are going to study in this chapter. We will study about electrolysis and what is electroplating, advantages of electroplating also. So the different lesson objectives for this chapter are as follows: conduction of electricity, testing the conduction of electricity through liquids, chemical effect of electric current, that is electrolysis, and electroplating. So let's begin. First of all, what are electrical conductors and insulators? I'm sure that everybody must be knowing what are conductors and insulators, but still let's revise it. Conductor, it is any material that allow electric current to pass through it. That is known as conductor. And you know, like metals like copper, aluminium, they allow electricity to pass through them. Therefore, they are referred to as conductors. Insulators, material that does not allow electric current to pass through it, like plastic, rubber, glass, cloth, wood, they are said to be insulators. Okay. Now, this is the first activity in your science book to show that distilled water is a non-conductor of electricity. I have taken two setup here. You can see beaker is there. In beaker, water. In the first one, it's tap water. Here it is distilled water. These are the wires. These are the two electrodes that are connected to positive and negative end of the battery. They are the conductors. They conduct electricity. There is a battery, switch is there, and a bulb is there. This is the whole electrical circuit. Here the tap water, here the distilled water. You can see a difference here. In tap water, the bulb is glowing and the bulb is not glowing in case of distilled water. Why? Because pure water does not conduct electricity. Why it is not conducting? This is the question for you all. Try to find the answer and write in the chat box. Now, to show that water containing any salt is a conductor of electricity. Here what has been done? In water the salt has been added, and again there are two electrodes. They are generally made up of graphite, and wire is there. There is a battery and a bulb is there. You can see the bulb is glowing. Why the bulb is glowing and why it was not glowing in case of distilled water? The reason being this: because tap water and seawater, they are having salt in it, and pure water, that is distilled water, they do not have salt in it, and therefore they are not conducting electricity. Tap water and seawater, they are said to be good conductors, and pure water or distilled water is said to be bad conductors, okay, because they are not conducting electricity, and here the electricity is conducted. It is due to the salt which is present in the tap water, in the seawater, or any salt. If you are adding in water, the water will conduct electricity and the bulb is going to glow. Next we come to detectors to be used for detecting the flow of current. How you will be able to tell that electricity is flowing through this particular circuit? Generally, we use a battery bulb is being used. Okay, when a good conductor is placed, a strong current is flowing. Now what happens? The battery bulb starts to glow. You can see there are two diagrams. Here the circuit is incomplete because switch is in off position. Here the circuit is complete or the circuit is closed because switch is in on position. Here the bulb is glowing and here the bulb is not glowing. So when a current is being passing through the wire, the bulb glows. But what will happen when the current flowing through the circuit is too weak? Then the bulb may not glow. So how you will be able to detect that this particular circuit is complete or not? For such cases, we use light emitting diode. It is also known as LED. Now, it is an electronic device and it starts emitting light even if a very weak current flows through it. It has two LEDs. The longer LED you can see is a positive and the smaller one is the negative ends. Okay. So it is a device for detecting a very weak current where we cannot use a bulb. We can use an LED, and these LED comes in different colors also. The taller one is representing the positive end and the shorter one is representing the negative end. Now next device is magnetic compass. This detector is based upon the effect of magnetic current. When a current is passed, this we have studied in class 7th, that when a current is passed through a circuit, then what happens? It starts to behave like a magnet. Okay, so what will happen when the current is passing through this circuit? Then the wire will behave like a magnet because it is having a conductor in it, and then if a magnetic compass is placed near it, then it will show deflection in it. And these detectors based on magnetic compass are used to detect very weak current. Where you cannot use bulb, there we use either LED or a magnetic compass. Let's see an activity to make it more clear. Here the cardboard tray has been taken from the matchbox and electrical wire has been placed around the cardboard tray and a small magnetic compass is placed. Then you have to connect the free ends of the wire to the switch, and when the switch is on, the compass needle is deflected. When the switch is off, the compass needle does not deflect. Now this shows when electric current is flowing through a wire, the wire is behaving like a magnet. This we have studied. Electromagnet is the term for this. And when it is behaving like a magnet, then it is showing deflection in the magnetic compass. So even a weak current can be detected through magnetic compass. This will be the setup when we are taking any liquid for the conduction. Wire will be there. You will wound the wire around this magnetic compass. You will place a battery, 2 electrodes in a beaker, and in beaker we can take the desired liquid whose conduction we have to check. Pure water, distilled water, salt water, or any other liquids like any of the acid, any of sugar solution, honey solution. This can be taken to detect whether the current flows or not. Okay, so this much for today. Next we will continue in video number 2. Thank you.